What is going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Before we start with the video, I just want to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel for more NBA content like this. And also, if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like. It makes a big difference in helping this channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. So, alright, today I want to talk about something that has been going on for a while now, and it's prevalent in the NBA, and even the NFL, the NHL, and just our world in general. There's a COVID outbreak going on right now, and it is bad, like really bad. And a lot of it has to do with, everyone talked about this new Omicron variant, whatever you want to call it. It's apparently, it spreads very quickly, that's as we've seen. And the good news is that it's not too severe, and it really hasn't led to more severe cases, which is good. But whatever, regardless of that, it's still spreading like wildfire. And we're seeing it in the NBA, and it is a problem, like a really big problem. I mean, just right now, right before I was recording, I got a notification from the NFL that my Chicago Bears, the team that I root for, the offensive coordinator is out with COVID, the defensive coordinator is out with COVID, and the special teams coordinator is out, and a bunch of our players. And that's not good at all, right? And it's just been a real problem, man. And specifically in the NBA, I mean, Woj tweeted yesterday, about 60 players have been put into health and safety protocols in this season in general, but in the last like week or two, it's like over 40. So that's just goes to show you how quickly this thing is spreading. And it was a problem already because you had a few here and there, but I think the biggest one where we realized like, okay, this is bad, was when the Bulls had the outbreak. Because early in the season, like pretty early in the season, Vooch had it. And we thought that, okay, it was the one-off case. There weren't any other positives after that, so we were fine. But eventually, it just spread like wildfire. DeMar DeRozan got it. And then all of a sudden, Ayo got it. Then Javonte Green got it. Then, Zach LaVine got it. Like, it just spread and spread and spread. And it was bad when the Bulls used their hardship exemption to sign Stanley Johnson to a 10-day contract. And then right when they signed him, he got COVID and he couldn't even play in the game. So the Bulls played against the Heat with basically nobody. They should not have played that game. Everyone was clamoring for them not to play it. Erik Spoelstra said that he was concerned about the outbreak and that he didn't want to feel comfortable playing against the Bulls knowing there was an outbreak. It took 10 players to get put into protocols for the NBA to be like, okay, finally we're going to step in and postpone games. The Bulls were supposed to play on Tuesday. That didn't happen. The Bulls are supposed to play today. That's not happening. The Bulls are probably going to come back and play on Sunday against the Lakers. But I just read from Billy Donovan, we don't know who's going to be available or not. DeMar DeRozan might not be available. Ayo and Javonte Green will probably be back. But they said that Zach LaVine won't be back until after Christmas. Like, that just shows you how quickly this thing is spreading and how unfortunate it all is. It just sucks for everyone involved. And the Bulls outbreak was when everyone's like, oh, this is bad. Because not only are you worrying about the Bulls and all the players that they've gotten it, but all of the teams they've played, the Knicks are dealing with COVID issues. The Nets are dealing with COVID issues. James Harden just got put in protocols. The Hornets, LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier got put in protocols. The Bucks, Giannis is in protocols. I can't even think of any more situations. THT got put in it. Malik Monk got put in it. Dwight Howard, I think, got put in it. Like, every team you can think of has some sort of COVID issue where at least a player or even a coach is put into protocols. I mean, Alvin Gentry for the Kings just got put in it, and Rick Carlisle for the Pacers just got put in it. Like, this is just bad overall. And the thing that sucks about it is there was so many people when the Bulls thing started to pile up that were like, what the hell is the Bulls doing? Like, Adam Silver in the NBA, because apparently before they postponed that Tuesday game, the Bulls begged the league, like, postpone these games. We do not feel comfortable playing with the amount of people that could get COVID, and also it's just not a good competition when you have 10 players out, and one of them was a guy that you had to sign to prevent the outbreak. Like, that's just a bad situation overall, and it should not have taken that long for the NBA to finally step in and be like, okay, we're going to postpone games now. It's just been interesting to see how this is all unfolding. And everyone talks about like, oh, there's going to be a new bubble. The NBA is modifying protocols, apparently, whatever that means. But look, whatever you think about this whole COVID outbreak, there is no bubble. That was not a popular idea. The players hated it from what we've heard from them. They did not like being isolated like that. They did not like being, confined to a hotel room for 2-3 months. They did not like being away from their families. They did not like that environment overall. It took a toll on a lot of these players physically and mentally. So that's not going to happen. The players are not going to allow that to happen. So that's not happening. So what could the NBA do? We're going to find out soon, whatever they decide to release, whatever their new protocols are. But I mean, the biggest thing that we've noticed is they've started testing more, and that's where all these positive cases are coming up, because most of the people who've gotten it, thankfully, are either asymptomatic or have like very mild symptoms. So that's good, right? Because we don't want this to be a severe problem for these players, but at the same time, it's spreading, and you're not going to know unless you get tested. And because a majority of the league, basically all of it, is vaccinated, they weren't getting tested regularly. So they started to ramp up tests because of these outbreaks, and now more positive tests are coming in. We're seeing that with the NFL too. And that's going to be probably one of the things they have to do. They're going to do daily testing at the practices, before games, and everything like that, right? Just because they want to detect these cases quicker and put them into protocols before anything else can happen with terms of like an outbreak or whatever. But it's just unfortunate, right? And what other protocols can they do? Because I know last year when teams traveled, they were not allowed to leave their hotels. Like once they got to the hotel, that was it. They couldn't leave the hotels, and no one could come in. That was the thing they had to do, because at the time, obviously, there were no vaccines, like in the very beginning of the season last year. So the protocols were very, very strict, even when they were traveling and stuff. So they might have to bring that back, because that's the only way I could see this not spreading as much. Like there was pictures of, I forgot who it was. I think Malik Monk and Dwight Howard. They were at Rolling Loud in California. So you're at a huge ass music festival with thousands and thousands of people. You're probably going to get exposed to COVID. So probably don't do that, knowing that there's a pandemic and things are spreading quickly. Maybe that's not a good idea. Also, Steph and the Warriors were partying after Steph broke the record. And everyone keeps saying that we're going to hear a notification soon from Woj Shams that Juan Toscano Anderson and Steph Curry or whoever are going to be put in health and safety protocols. So it's just hard to think about what other solutions are there, because the only things that make sense to me are daily testing and, making it so that players are sort of limited in what they can do when they're not practicing or in the games. That's the only viable solution I see with this thing. But regardless, I mean, even people saying like, oh, we need to do a 2-week pause. Like, I agree with that. Like, yeah, probably it would be a good idea to do a pause for a little bit, but the problems are going to come back right after that, because think about it. It's December 16th. Christmas is in 9 days. You don't think people are traveling for the holidays? A lot of the reason that this outbreak is so fast is because it's all right after Thanksgiving. You don't think it's going to get worse after Christmas and after New Year's? We saw how bad it was last year, man. And last year it was worse because people were dying. Hospitals were filling up. States were getting put under, stay-at-home orders. That's not the case now, but still, the spread and the number of cases is going to be a lot. And it's not going to be affecting just the NBA or the sports leagues. It's going to affect everybody. I can count so many people I know in my life who've gotten COVID just in the past, 2 weeks, right? Like, this shit is spreading quickly, and we're seeing it in the NBA, and it sucks because we know the NBA and we know Adam Silver. They're not going to do a fucking thing about it. The Bulls almost played that game on Tuesday. That would have been horrific if that happened. But even with that, it's already too late, because it's already spreading. Leagues are getting it, players are getting it, coaches are getting it, trainers are getting it. It's just a bad look overall, man. I hope it doesn't get worse from here, but it feels like this couple months of the season, up until probably February, it's gonna be rough, and the NBA isn't gonna do anything about it, because the Christmas games, how much the NBA values their Christmas games. It's a lot of money that comes in. They're not going to do anything to postpone those games. God forbid. Even though there's a good chance that a few of these stars might not even play on Christmas. Giannis probably won't play on Christmas. You know, the Nets and Lakers, everyone's hyped for that matchup, but James Harden probably won't play. God forbid some other stars in those games get COVID. It's just a bad look overall, man. Obviously, you can't control this thing, right? You can't control a pandemic, but all you have to do what you can, right? So I don't know what the full solution is. I just know that there's stuff that could be done more to mitigate the potential risks of these horrific outbreaks. I mean, you'd like to think that, right? But at the same time, it's not just the Bulls, it's not just the NBA. The NFL's going through it, the NHL's going through it, the Euro League's going through it. It's just a bad thing. We're all going through it, so yeah, that's basically it. You know, wear your masks, get your vaccines, get your booster shots, and be responsible. That's all I can say. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thoughts on this whole situation. What do you think the NBA should do? Do you think they should do anything? Let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more NBA content like this. And that's basically it. Thank you guys as always for your continuous support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.